Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today in our practice yoga with Sister Moon. I ask that we find ourselves in a comfortable seated pose. I am sitting in a cow face. For those who don't know how to get into a cow face, let's just say that we're sitting in our easy seat. We're going to take our right leg and push our right feet towards our buttocks. Take our opposite leg, our left leg, cross it over the right leg and bring this foot back towards our buttocks. Position our bodies to feel comfortable, ensuring our abdominal muscles are nice and tight. Our back is nice and straight. Our shoulders are relaxed down away from our ears. And we are in our cow face. We can place our hands at heart center. We are in our seated prayer. We can place our palms on the earth. Whatever feels good for you. We also can bring our hands behind our backs, coming into that full, complete cow face, interlacing our fingers behind our backs. See up there? So now that we are in our seated position, maybe take a moment to relax our eyes downward towards the earth. Maybe closing the eyes if that feels good for you. Tummy's nice and tight, back is nice and straight. Shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears as we notice our bodies becoming relaxed. Our minds are becoming centered as we're using the down gaze to help us become present in this moment. As we breathe in deeply, exhale fully, inhale, exhale. As we notice how the breath and the down gaze further helps us deepen our practice here today. Our minds and bodies are settled. We feel centered. We feel relaxed. As we keep our palms at heart center, may we thank ourselves for allowing ourselves to practice self-care here today. As we breathe, our palms above our heads in our seated salute, palms are up, fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. Our spinal cord is nice and long, tummy is tight, feeling that stretch, reaching our fingertips up towards the heavens. Body's getting nice and long, nice deep stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, seated twist right side, softly gazing over that right shoulder, noticing how this relaxes and soothes the spinal cord. Gazing over the shoulder, eyes are gazed down. We're going to hold this 2 breaths. Exhale back to center, seated star. Breathe in. Exhale, seated twist opposite side, softly gazing over that left shoulder. Two more breaths. Exhale back to center, palms in the air. We are in our seated star. As we flow our hands up to our seated salute. Exhale, seated prayer. Relaxing the body. Breathing our palms on the sides of our bodies. We're going to flow into a seated side bend right side, allowing our bodies to lean towards the right. Left arm comes up in the air over the head. Noticing how the side bend feels in our body. We're going to hang out here 4 breaths. Two more breaths. Exhale back to center. Both palms are on the earth. Side bend, opposite side. Right arm goes up in the air over the head. Feeling the body lean towards the left. Noticing how this side bend feels in the body. 4 natural breaths. 2 more breaths. Exhale back to center. Both palms are on the earth, feeling the vibrations of our environment. Noticing how we feel as we are connecting to the earth with our hands. Gazing our eyes down. Shoulders are relaxed. Chin is relaxed. Forehead is relaxed. As we focus, as we listen, and as we feel the energies of our environment. 4 breaths. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Exhale our palms above our head and our seated salute. Exhale, seated prayer. As we flow to our table, coming onto our hands and our knees. Ensuring that our knees are hip distance apart. Dropping our bodies down, we're going to come into a cow. Our tummies drop down towards the earth. Our back is sunken. Chin comes slightly up in the air as we flow into our cow. Exhale into our cat. Our chin comes towards our clavicle. Our spinal cord goes up in the air. We're going to do a couple of cat-cow rotations to our natural breath. Two more breaths. As we find pause at center, we are back in our table. We're going to bring our right arm out to the side, lifting it up. We're going to flow into a thread needle, threading our right arm through our left arm as our chest, our heart chakra comes downward towards the earth. We are relaxing our heads on the sides of our face, allowing our shoulders to melt forward into the yoga mat. If we want to go deeper, we can take that left hand and wrap that left hand behind our backs. Our bodies are becoming completely relaxed here. We're going to hang out here 5 natural breaths. Slowly unwrapping that arm if it was wrapped, unthreading that needle, coming back to our table, dropping down to our cow, exhale to our cat. As we flow back to our table, threading the needle opposite side, left arm goes out. We're going to thread that left arm through the right arm, heart chakra comes down towards the earth. Our shoulder blades are melted forward into the mat. Our eyes are gazed down and closed. Bodies are relaxed. We can go deeper by taking our right arm and wrapping that right arm around our backs if that feels good for you. Noticing how this feels in your body. We're going to hang out here 5 more breaths. As we slowly unwrap that arm, unthreading that needle, dropping down to our cow, and exhale to our cat, coming back to our table as we come into a sunbird pose. We're going to start on the right side, bringing our right leg off towards the back, maybe lifting our right leg up in the air nice and high, noticing how that works our gluteus maximus, working on our buns of steel here. Tummy's nice and tight, having control of our bodies. We can be sunken down if that feels good, or lift our arms straight up in the air. allowing our bodies to feel the full pose. Our leg is straightened behind us now. If we lose our balance, we can lower our toes downward towards the earth. Whatever feels good for you, we are in our sunbird pose. We're going to go into our complete sunbird pose by taking our left hand and bringing it forward. Gazing forward, tummy's tight. We're going to hang out here in this pose 4 breaths. Two more breaths. Body's getting nice and warm. Exhale back to table. Dropping down to our cow. Exhale to cat. Flowing back to our table as we sunbird pose opposite side. Left leg goes out towards the back. Lifting our left leg up in the air, feeling the leg pulses. We are working on our gluteus maximus, our butt on the opposite side. Buns are still here. As we find our pause, remembering that we can always lower our toes downward towards the earth if that feels good to keep our balance. We're going to come into that full sunbird pose, bringing our right arm forward, gazing forward, tummy's nice and tight. Hanging out here. 4 more breaths. Two more breaths. Body's getting nice and warm. Exhale back to center, coming to our table as we drop to our cow. Exhale to cat. Flowing back to our table as we come back to the sunbird pose, opposite side, bringing that right leg towards the back. Left arm goes forward, gazing forward, 2 breaths. Exhale, knee to elbow, feeling that tummy crunch. Back to bird. Knee to elbow. Back to bird. Knee to elbow. Holding it in 3 breaths. Back to bird. Exhale back to table. Drop into our cow. Exhale to our cat. Coming back to neutral. Bird pose opposite side. Right arm goes forward. Left legs to the back. 2 more breaths. Exhale, knee to elbow, feeling that tummy crunch. Back to bird. Knee to elbow. Back to bird. One more, knee to elbow, holding it in. Exhale, back to bird. Coming back to our table as we drop to our cow. And exhale to our cat. Coming to our table as we push our bodies up to our first down dog. Gazing back at our feet, noticing how this feels in our body. Maybe we can pedal our feet, walking our dog, using the pedals to loosen up our hips. Finding pause as we exhale to up dog. Gazing slightly up towards the heavens. Feeling our arms getting nice and strong here. Exhale back down dog. As we flow to a 3-legged dog, right side, right legs in the air nice and high, gazing back at that foot. Bringing our knee to our elbow. Back to 3-legged. Knee to elbow. Back to 3-legged. Knee to elbow. Back to 3-legged. Flow into our down dog. We're going to keep on moving, 3-legged dog, opposite side. Left legs in the air, nice and high. 2 more breaths. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Back to 3-legged. Left knee, left elbow. Back to 3-legged. Left knee, left elbow. Back to 3-legged. Exhale, down dog. As we breathe forward to up dog, exhale back down dog. Coming down to our dolphin pose, dropping onto our forearms, walking our feet closer to our bodies. Noticing how our buttocks comes higher in the air here. We're gonna hang out here in our dolphin for 6 breaths. Three more breaths. This dolphin pose prepares our bodies for headstand. We are strengthening our forearms here in this pose. 2 more breaths. As we drop to our knees, coming into a wide-legged child's pose or puppy pose. Whatever feels good for you. We can come extended child's pose, puppy pose by bringing our arms up in the front of us if that feels good. We can do prayer hands by bringing our palms together, placing them above our head. We can also do regular child's pose, puppy pose by bringing our hands backwards towards our feet. Maybe do any child's pose that feels good for us. Eyes are gazed down or closed. Shoulders are relaxed forward into the yoga mat. Our minds and bodies are becoming even more relaxed. Maybe we can sway, rocking our bodies from side to side. Noticing how the sway relaxes and eases, simultaneously opening up our hip flexors a little more. We're going to hang out here 5 more breaths. Three more breaths. Coming into our extended child's pose or puppy pose if you wasn't already. Arms are extended in front of us. As we walk our fingers to the front of the yoga mat, feeling that spinal stretch even more. Placing our palms flat on the earth as we use our hands to push our torso forward. Using our hands to push our torso backwards. Our buttocks goes towards the heels of our feet. We are going to do a couple of spinal waves. Using the spinal wave to relax and soothe and loosen up our spinal cord. Flowing the body, becoming nice and loose. Waving your body, playing around in a wave, doing whatever feels good for you. Spinal wave, 6 more breaths. Two more breaths. Coming onto our forearms, dropping down to our tummies. We are in our Spanx Pose. Relaxing flat on the earth here, ensuring that our shoulders are not sunken. We want to be having control of our backs. Shoulders are away from the ears, which gives us control of our backs. Using this pose to relax and soothe. Gazing our eyes down or closing them. Natural breaths. Noticing how the breath feels when we inhale and exhale. Simply noticing and being aware, always without judgment. We are just taking notice. 4 more breaths. breaths. As we allow our bodies to relax, placing our palms on the sides of our bodies. Our palms is next to our chest, our torso. As we push our bodies up into our cobra or baby cobra, whatever feels good for you. Exhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Gazing back at our feet. Three-legged dog, right side. Breathing our right foot to our right hand. We are in our runner's lunge here. Noticing how we feel. Walking our right foot to the edge of our yoga mat, bringing our right arm inside of our body. We are now in our lunge. We're going to come down to a lizard, lowering our bodies. We can drop to our knee if we choose. Our back knee coming onto our forearms. We are in our lizard. We can be up off that back knee if that feels good. Whatever lizard that feels good for you, either with the knee down or with the knee up. You can bring a yoga block in front of you and relax your forearms on a yoga block. We're going to hang out here 5 breaths. Two more breaths. Dropping to our knee if we choose. Pushing our bodies up. We're going to come into a low lunge. Maybe a half split first. My body feels like going into a half split before I go into that low lunge. Coming into that low lunge, lifting our arms up in the air, above our head. Chest comes forward towards that thigh. Hands are interlaced if that feels good for you. Chest comes up. Head falls slightly towards the back. 3 more breaths. This lunge pose here prepares our mind and bodies for split. Exhale forward, framing out that front leg, pushing our bodies up, coming into a pyramid. Straightening out that front leg. Allowing our torso to relax over our leg. Natural breaths. Exhale back to runner's lunge. Breathe down dog. We're going to keep on flowing here. 3-legged dog, opposite side. Left leg's in the air, nice and high. Left foot, left hand. We are in our runner's lunge. Checking out, noticing how we feel. As we walk our left foot to the edge of the yoga mat, bringing our left hand inside of our bodies. We are in our lunge. We're going to flow on down to our lizard. Dropping down to that back knee if we choose. Coming on our forearms. We can come off that back knee if that feels good for us. Tummy's tight. This lizard prepares our body for splits. We're going to hang out here 5 breaths. Three more breaths. Exhaling down, pushing our bodies up out that lizard. We can come into a split, a half split on the opposite side, or we can come into that low lunge, whatever feels good for you. Relaxing that body if we're in our half split. As we straighten out that knee, coming back into our runners, into our low lunge. Lifting our arms up in the air. Preparing our body for split on the opposite side. Chest comes up, arms fall towards the back. 3 more breaths. Exhale forward, framing out that front leg. Coming into our pyramid, straightening out that leg. Nice deep breath. Exhale, allowing our torso to relax over that leg. We are in our full pyramid. Two more breaths. Flowing back to our runner's lunge. Breathe down dog. Gazing back at our feet. Maybe we can pedal our feet, walking that dog, noticing how that loosens up our hips. 2 more breaths. Exhale, up dog. Breathing our bodies forward, tummies tight. Gazing slightly up towards the heavens, relaxing the body, 2 breaths. Breathe down dog. Going back, gazing back at our feet. As we exhale, bringing our right foot to our right hand, we are in our runner's lunge. Hanging out here for a second as we lift our bodies up, coming into a warrior one or a high lunge, whatever feels good for you. Hands, fingers are reaching up towards the ceiling. We are in our high lunge or our warrior one. Build and strengthen our legs here. 2 more breaths. Exhale, warrior 2. Noticing how our legs, our quads are working here. Exhale, back, warrior 1 or high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Feeling a stretch. Body's getting nice and strong. As we exhale to reverse warrior. Breathing to an extended side angle, arms up in the air, or side angle, whatever feels good for you. Hanging out here, 3 breaths. Two more breaths. Exhale forward, twisting the body. We're back in our pyramid, straightening out that front leg. Allowing the torso to relax over that leg, noticing how this relaxes the body. Exhale forward to our runner's lunge as we breathe to our down dog. Pushing our torso towards our thigh, feeling that stretch nice and deep. Exhale, left foot to left hand. We are in our runner's lunge. As we flow our bodies up to our warrior one or our high lunge, whatever feels good for you. 2 more breaths. Exhale to warrior 2, feeling that body's getting nice and warm here. Working our thighs, working our quads. Breathe back to warrior 1 or high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Building strength, body's getting warm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Breathing to extended side angle or side angle. 2 more breaths. Exhale to runner's lunge, straight to pyramid, straightening out that front leg. Allowing our torso to relax over that leg, noticing how this relaxes and soothes the pose we just did. Three more breaths. Exhale back to runner's lunge. As we flow down dog. Gazing back at our feet, pedaling our dog, walking our dog. Feeling that stretch, body's getting nice and warm. Exhale to 3-legged dog, right side. Right leg's in the air. Breathing that right leg forward, we're going to come into our pigeon pose. Crossing that front leg in front of us. This pose prepares us for split. Using our hands to push our torsos up towards the earth, away from the earth. Maybe we can slightly gaze over that right shoulder. Feeling that spinal twist. Exhale back to center. Spinal twist, left shoulder. Exhale back to center as we come into that sleeping pigeon, bringing our hands in front of us just for a second, gazing our eyes down or closing our eyes as we allow our forehead to relax downwards onto our hands. We're going to hang out here 5 natural breaths. Our mind and bodies are relaxing. Noticing what's going in, what's going on within our bodies. We're going to hang out here for 3 more breaths. As we slowly awaken that sleeping pigeon, using our hands to push our torsos up off the earth. As we flow back to that down dog, gazing back at our feet, feeling that stretch. We're going to keep on moving here, coming into that 3-legged dog, opposite side, our left leg's in the air. Coming into the pigeon, opposite side, bringing that left foot forward, preparing our bodies for split. Using our hands to push our torso away from the earth as we slightly gaze over that left shoulder, feeling the spinal bend. Exhale back to center, gazing over the right shoulder, maybe taking the right hand, placing it behind our leg, feeling that nice deep stretch here. Exhale back to center. As we bring our hands in front of us, allowing our bodies to fall forward towards the earth, using this time to relax and soothe, gazing our eyes down as we relax in our sleeping pigeon for 5 breaths. Mind and body is relaxing as we hang out here for 3 more breaths. As we slowly awaken our sleeping pigeon, using our hands to push our torsos up, away from the earth, untucking that back foot as we come into that down dog. Exhale to up dog, working our arms. Breathe back, down dog. As we flow into our high plank, our abdominal muscles are nice and tight. If the high plank is too much, we can come down to a low plank by coming on our forearms, whatever feels good for you. We're going to hang out here 4 breaths. Building strength, 2 more breaths. As we exhale to our side plank, coming onto our sides, we can be high or low. Two more breaths. Exhale back to center. We are back in our high plank as we flow the side plank opposite side. Bringing that arm up in the air. When we're in our side plank, we are working our obliques. 2 more breaths. Exhale back to center. Back in our high plank as we flow to up dog. Dropping to our knees, coming to a wide-legged child's pose or puppy pose. Using this pose to relax and soothe the mind and body. We're going to hang out here 5 breaths. 3 more breaths. As we walk our fingers to the front of the yoga mat, feeling that stretch here. Placing our palms flat on the earth as we spinal wave our bodies. We're going to do a couple of spinal waves. Allowing our bodies to feel nice and loose. Spinal waves relax our bodies. We can play in our spinal wave and maybe do hip circles, whatever you choose. Spinal wave, 4 more breaths. As we come on to our tummies, we are back in our Spanx Pose. Just for a second, placing our hands on the earth in front of us, relaxing here, 3 breaths, simply using this pose to relax, to catch our breath, and regulate our heartbeat. 3 more breaths. As we slowly come out of that sleep pose, bringing our arms forward, we are now in our Superman or Supergirl. Our legs are slightly off the earth. See that there? Our feet is up, our hands are up. We are in our Superman, Supergirl. Using this pose to strengthen, it is a slight back bend. 2 more breaths. As we swim our hands towards the back, we're going to come into a Locust Pose. Our hands are off to the back, legs are still up. We are now in our Locust Pose. Gazing forward. 2 more breaths. As we continue to flow and go even deeper, we're going to come into a bow pose, connecting our right hand to our right foot, and then our left hand to our left foot. Using our hand and feet connection to lift our torso up off the earth even more. Notice how this is a deeper back bend. 3 more breaths. Relaxing the body down. Relaxing the hands. We are back into our Locust Pose. Swimming our hands forward, coming back into our Superman or Supergirl. Crossing our hands back in front of us, coming back into a sleep pose. Gazing our eyes down or closing them. We're going to hang out here 4 breaths. As we slowly come out of that sleep pose, using our hands, placing our hands next to our chest, our torso, we're going to come up into that cobra or baby cobra. Come into our hands and our knees. We are in our table just for a second. We're going to drop down to a cow. Exhale to a cat. As we cross our feet behind our bodies, coming into a seated position. We're going to come back into a cow face. Gazing our eyes down. Relaxing our shoulders down away from our ears. Spinal cords nice and long. Tummy's nice and tight. Two more breaths. Just relax. As we breathe out, palms and heart center. Allowing our thumbs to touch our sternum. as we use this time to thank ourselves for allowing ourselves to practice self-care here today. And I thank you for joining me in my inaugural YouTube live stream session. It was fun, and I enjoyed being here and doing this. For I love yoga, I love mindfulness, and I love teaching to anyone who's willing to practice with me. The light in me sees, appreciates, and respects the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. It's truly a pleasure. Peace and blessings be to you, and I hope I get to see you next week in our second live stream YouTube class. I am Sister Moon, and I will be found at sistermoonyoga.net. Ladies and invited. Have a great day. Be well. Take care.